Hello, I'm Narcissus Deer. On the official website of Game Science, there are several important texts titled Wukong. It's not just about the monkey is undoubtedly the main character, but it's far from the whole story. Journey to the West has many intriguing characters, thought-provoking dialogues, and even some terrifyingly detailed plots. Many years ago on April Fool's Day, we announced that we were going to make a truly themed masterpiece. Even more years ago at a barbecue stand, we had a heated argument about what happened to Sun Wukong after he became a Buddha. The two updated texts from the production team tell us two things. First, the production team wants to explore the foreshadowing in the original Journey to the West. Second, the production team's motivation for creating Black Myth, Wukong, comes from thinking about the story after Wukong became a Buddha. Combining these two texts, it means that the production team of Black Myth, Wukong, is telling the story of the Journey to the West world after the pilgrimage to the West by exploring the plot and foreshadowing in the original Journey to the West. Finally, the artistic product of this effort is the Black Myth in front of us. Without similar experiences, it's hard to understand and resonate with Wukong. The heartfelt voice of the creative team is also the reason for the format of this video. I tried to walk the path of the creative team, tracing back to the source through all the publicly available materials of the game and the foreshadowing in the original chapters of Journey to the West to reflect on the game itself, reflecting on the various plot displays in the game's PV, and finally deriving the plot analysis of Black Myth, Wukong. I sincerely thank every single viewer who watched from the very beginning, intermittently, or even while they were sleeping. It is my honor to have patient viewers who watch my video and listen to my views. So I promise that by the end of this video, you will not be disappointed. In fact, you will gain something valuable from it. Speaking of Journey to the West itself, we have to talk about the origin of this book. The author examines the main ideas, religious expressions, and mythological systems, relevant narratives, important chapters, and character foreshadowing. First, let's discuss the origin of Journey to the West. Like Romance of the Three Kingdoms and Water Margin, it's an accumulative novel. That is, the same story was passed down orally among the people, continuously spread and accumulated through storytelling and opera, and finally written into a book by novelists. Journey to the West originates from the story of Tang Dynasty monk Xuanzang's Journey to the West. Xuanzang's Journey to the West evolved through several stages: Great Tang Records on the Western regions, Great Tang Sanzang's Pilgrimage Poetry, Journey to the West Zaju, and Journey to the West Pinghua. Finally, this pilgrimage story continuously accumulated among the people, resulting in today's Journey to the West. The author of Journey to the West has also been widely discussed and debated in both the folk and academic circles. The earliest known textbook of Journey to the West is the 20-volume, 100-chapter version published in the 20th year of the Wanli period of the Ming Dynasty by Jinling Poetry, but it has no author's name. The two versions, signed by Zhu Dingchen and Yang Zhihei, have been verified by the academic community as abridged versions. The author of Journey to the West was widely debated during the Ming and Qing dynasties. Even in the Republic of China period, Mr. Lu Xun and Hu Shi concluded that the author was Wu Cheng'en. The controversy over the author of Journey to the West continued until the new century, when the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences in Peking University published the History of Chinese Literature, which basically recognized Wu Cheng'en as the author of Journey to the West. The academic community no longer spent much ink and effort on discussing or analyzing the author of this particular book. Wu Cheng'en, author of Journey to the West, was born in the 17th year of Emperor Xiaozong's Hongzhi period and died in the 8th year of the Wanli period. He was from Shanyang County, Huai'an Prefecture. Wu Cheng'en was born into a merchant family and entered school very early, but his path in the imperial examination was extremely tortuous. He became a tribute student at the age of 40 and was appointed to a small county in Changxing, Zhejiang, at the age of 60, in charge of good horses and patrols. This job was very similar to Wukong's position as the Bimawen. Unfortunately, Wu Cheng'en was dismissed from office after a year and a half due to a disaster. After briefly talking about the author, let's discuss the main ideas of Journey to the West. In fact, the main ideas of Journey to the West have undergone many evolutions in both academic and folk circles. The earliest Journey to the West was a religious manual, especially during the late Ming and early Qing periods. At that time, the famous view of Journey to the West was that those who understand it can become saints in Confucianism, Buddhas in the world, and immortals in Taoism. Journey to the West was regarded by religious people as the art of the right path, and this discussion of the art of the right path was coupled with the idea of the unity of the three teachings in the novel. In the Qing dynasty, there were famous Taoist works like True Meaning of Journey to the West and Original Sight of Journey to the West, while Confucian scholars were not to be outdone, directly saying that although it is named Journey to the West, it is actually the Great Learning. In the 20th century, influenced by the New Culture movement and Western sociology, people began understanding Journey to the West politically. Journey to the West became a textbook of class struggle. During this period, the most important case was the first 7 chapters of Sun Wukong's birth and havoc in the Heavenly Palace, followed by a great debate on the struggle between gods and demons and class struggle. But the biggest problem, or rather the biggest consequence, of this perspective is that in the latter 88 chapters of the Journey to the West, the storyline of Sun Wukong converting to Buddhism and traveling to the West to obtain scriptures is instead seen as him becoming a traitor, as Sun Wukong bowing to the ruling class and ultimately becoming a brutal and foolish enforcer and lackey of the ruling class. Now, when we look at this perspective again, it seems absurd. Sun Wukong, the hero in our hearts since childhood, how could he possibly be a traitor, an enforcer, and a lackey of the ruling class? Different eras and social environments produce different thoughts and literary interpretations. After the reform and opening up, the academic and popular understanding of Journey to the West underwent another transformation. People no longer attach too much class and religious color to Journey to the West and its characters. Instead, they began to focus more on the aesthetics and social relationships inherent in the novel's themes and character images. Therefore, the exploration of the main ideas and themes of Journey to the West has also opened up and expanded. Up to now, besides the aforementioned views, mainstream interpretations of Journey to the West's main ideas also include theories of rectifying the mind, Zen, losing evil, cultivating the mind, alchemy, and health preservation, among others. It can be said that there are 1,000 Hamlets in 1,000 readers. But no matter how Journey to the West is interpreted, it should first be a story of gods and demons seeking scriptures. This may seem like nonsense, but it has taken a detour for hundreds of years. In this mythological story, the spiritual and ideological wealth of the Chinese people for thousands of years is condensed, and the special historical background at that time depicted the process of individuals, especially the 4 who sought scriptures, striving for ideals or goals to realize self-worth. When compared to the various detours encountered in exploring the main ideas of Journey to the West, the academic and popular views on the religious thoughts present in Journey to the West are relatively consistent. There is no doubt Journey to the West contains obvious ideas and plots of the unity of the 3 teachings. It was also the common understanding of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism then. For example, in the chapter of the Kingdom of Chechi, Wukong said to the king, "I hope you unify the 3 teachings, respect monks, and respect Taoists, and nurture talents." However, under the guise of the unity of the 3 teachings, the original work also contains the author's sharp criticism of religion, especially Taoism. The Golden Horn and Silver Horn kings of Pingdingshan are the boys of the Supreme Lord Laozi of the Taoist 3 Pure Ones. The Silver Horn king said, "If we eat his flesh, we can extend our lives and achieve immortality. Why should we meditate, establish merits, practice the dragon and tiger, or pair the male and female? Just eat it." And Laozi, the Supreme Lord of Taoism, his way of longevity and 9 lives is the basic starting point of Taoist philosophical theory. To achieve longevity, he did not hesitate to eat people, which thoroughly exposed the selfish nature of Taoism. Of course, I have no intention of criticizing religion. In the Kingdom of Chechi, Zhubaji threw all the statues of the Taoist ancestors of the 3 Pure Ones into the 5-grain cycle, which is what we call the dung pit. And there are many such satirical and critical plots of Taoism in the original Journey to the West, which is closely related to the era and background of the author Wu Cheng'an. Journey to the West matured during the Jiajing period and became popular in the Wanli period. Friends who have watched the Ming Dynasty 1566 or have some knowledge of Ming history should know that Jiajing was clean. The Jiajing emperor's intense fanaticism for Taoism, along with the prominent status and immense wealth of Taoists such as Tao Zhongwen, Xiao Yuanjie, Hu Dashun, and Lan Tianyu, can be said to be at the highest level in the court. And the Jiajing emperor's pursuit of immortality in Taoism led to many absurdities, resulting in the decline of all industries and the people's suffering. Of course, whether the author's attack and criticism of Taoism can be understood as his support for Buddhism. Wukong's havoc in the Heavenly Palace, the Taoist projected heavenly court's suffering, and the Buddha's Tathagata coming to subdue Wukong and persuade him to reform. Moreover, the story of seeking scriptures is about the protagonists overcoming countless difficulties with sincerity to obtain the true Buddhist scriptures. However, even within this established framework of seeking scriptures, the author's criticism and satire of Buddhism are no less pronounced than those directed at Taoism. In Black Myth, Wukong, the Guanyin Zen monastery appears. In the original work, the abbot Jinchi of the Guanyin Zen monastery lived for 270 years, but when he saw Tang Monk's cassock, he became greedy and plotted to kill and rob like a bandit, setting fire to the monastery. In the Tongqing River, Zhang Jie observed merchants risking their lives to collect ice and cross the river for business purposes. Tang Monk, who was on his journey to seek Buddhist scriptures, even mocked himself by saying, "In the world, fame and profit are the most important things. They risk their lives for profit. My disciples follow the decree wholeheartedly. Is it just for fame? How different is it? This Tang monk equated seeking Buddhist scriptures with merchants seeking profit. Isn't this a direct confrontation?